Well, there are some comments that need to be made, and people are bringing up affordable housing. It's really simple, folks. The elected officials are following the law. And I know we all took an oath to uphold the Constitution of the state of New Jersey, and the state of New Jersey says that we have to provide a mandate for affordable housing. And they give you some options on how to do that, and we've chosen just about every one of those options to some degree. We've done rehabilitations, we've done RCAs, and yes, we do have affordable housing projects. And I do understand that it's a sensitive issue for certain people in the town, as it should be, and I have no issue with that whatsoever. I get a little offended when I see posts and comments where people say that we're not doing our job. I think we are doing our job, because as long as Trenton says that we have a mandate, or a court says that we have a mandate, I think we have an opportunity and a responsibility and an obligation to make sure that we live up to that mandate. We have a plan that's in place. That plan is flexible. It's in the process of being approved. In all likelihood, we're going to have other conversations about other projects that may or may not need to be considered in order to meet that mandate. But it's not the only thing. I mean, the thing that we're doing, introducing tonight is, with the veterans preference, that's an add-on thing. I mean, that's not going to change the number of units that we're required to have. It's not going to make anything any better for the community, other than the fact that some of our veterans hopefully will be able to partake in it. Not to sound repetitive, but the real issue is Trenton. And we've had the opportunity to have that conversation. I was lucky enough to be in a room with the Senate President, and I'm going to give him a little bit of credit, because he actually listened. And it was in a forum where he was forced to listen, because it was in a closed-door meeting. There was no press. There was no public there, so I think he had to listen. But it was also an opportunity that some of the harsh comments that I know I gave them, and I know that the Deputy Mayor gave them, I don't think he would have had to have listened. It would have been easy for him to just turn away and face somebody that he was a little bit more friendly with that day, but he didn't. He stood there and he took it. He said that he was in favor of expanding a previous initiative with RCAs, which for us is not the answer, because quite honestly, we don't have enough money in our Affordable Housing Trust to be able to supply all of the credits by RCAs. So for some municipalities, maybe that's a good option, but for Howell Township, it's not. And it's not the only thing that he needs to do with his majority in the Senate and the Assembly. And I think we expressed that to him really, really well. So, again, I understand the outrage. I understand why people are mad. There's a lot of people who haven't behaved well during the process, including myself. And I think we're past that. And I do believe that the majority of our residents do understand what affordable housing is about. I think they understand it's not Section 8 and indigent housing. It's for housing that will help our families. We're a pretty moderate town. We've never said that we're not in favor of certain levels of affordable housing. We're trying to come up with the right way to do it. And the right way to do it is to follow the law and urge our legislators to change the law and give us the flexibility so that we can continue to do the right thing for our citizens. And that's all we're doing. There's no other story to it, folks. There's no other magic. I can't pull a rabbit out of a hat to make the issue go away, even if I wanted to. We're following the law. That's all it is.
I'll just say that, I also was impressed with the Senate President. It wasn't a partisan meeting, but the real takeaway was that the audience that was there, the other electeds that were there, it wasn't a unique issue to just Howell. This is a crisis facing New Jersey, and sometimes politics plays in Trenton in ways we don't like, but it's affecting, the entire state of New Jersey. And hopefully now that the governor's back in town, the power really lies with the Senate President and the governor, and then hopefully they get on board and they could introduce some legislation that he said he is willing to reconsider. So we'll see the outcome, but it's not unique to Howell. It's a problem facing mayors in every town, in every county, throughout the entire state. And sometimes we're handed a deck of cards and we have to shuffle and deal with them, and we're dealing with it. But at the end,
yeah, and sometimes that means you got to stand out there on an unpopular topic and take the darts, and that's part of the job. And we're going to do that. But again, we're going to follow the law, because that's what we're required to do.
Howell's come through other affordable housing projects quite well, and under Mayor DeBella's leadership, like you said, every mayor's been dealing with this, and Howell's still a great town to
Howell
live, right?
Family
So-
Apartments isn't the first, and it's certainly not going to be the last.
Yeah, but the one thing is, we are well on our way of meeting our goal for affordable housing through proactive actions, and that's our constitutional responsibility.
Yeah, and as long as things go in our favor and we do what we've done and we protect the town from overdevelopment by way of builder's remedy, which this town has suffered from in the past, I think we're going to be okay. But I guess that's to be determined because it's in the hands of a small group of people that, quite honestly, I'm not even sure they understand anything about Howell or anything about affordable housing. So we got to just sit and wait and hope we did it right. Okay? All right.